Our love story was when we first met, and we played Red Dead Redemption together.
We did do that.
I've seen the stars on the fields of grass.
Love you.
I love you. We met on Facebook dating,
Yes. Shout out to Facebook dating.
and I saw him, and I was like, oh, he's pretty handsome. Like, he has the types of things I look for in a man.
I thought she had a beautiful smile. And just, you could tell like the big personality was irradiating around her. And I just thought she looked beautiful and sweet. And that was pretty much it. Beautiful, sweet, beautiful smile.
And then I scrolled to his last picture, and he was dressed up as an NCR Ranger from the game Fallout New Vegas. And I was like, well, that's a pretty niche game, and it's like one of my favorite video games of all time. So he had liked my profile first, but I messaged him first, and I said, are you dressed up as an NCR Ranger? And he said yes. And then from there, we talked every day. And then when we met in person, because originally you said you were 6'4" on your profile.
No, I said
Yeah.
I was 6'3".
No, you said you were 6'4".
Well, then you don't, okay.
And
it
then,
was an accident.
and then he walks up to my car, and he's not 6'4", and I was like, okay. But everything else after that was pure magic.
Wow.
We had lovely Olive Garden, and then we talked in your car for like 3 or 4 hours after that, till like 1 in the morning.
Yeah. And you had to go.
And you had to go to work the next day.
Well, I was so happy to be with you. After we finished at Olive Garden, you and me sitting in the back of my truck in the mall parking lot,
Oh yeah.
just talking
Yeah.
and just being with each other for the first time. And just how
Because we had talked on the phone previous to
we
that.
talked on the phone for like hours.
4 hours.
4 hours, yeah. But yeah, that first time like being with you and being able to talk to you like to you face to face, that will always be a golden moment for me. And if I could relive that, I would. I'd kiss you again.
Oh.
Yeah, machine gun kisses.
Honey, I just wanna call you. Paper airplane, dandelion. I feel the wind. Watch it fly by in the bedrock when the tide's high, when it feels a little low.
When we were going to do the engagement, first thing that Shelby kind of told me was that she did not want me to propose to her like at Disney. But I knew how important Florida and just Disney it was to us because it was our first like real big vacation together. It was really fun. So I was planning for us to go in August, and we were going to have a good time, and I was going to propose then. It was actually funny. We stopped at one bar in Disney Springs before we went to the boathouse to do the proposal, and Shelby's brother, B-Dog, had the ring in his fanny pack. And so we're at this bar, and he quickly turns around and hands me the ring, which is this giant box, and I'm wearing these tight pants. And so I had this huge like block in my pants. I'm like, this is terrible. So I'm sitting right next to Shelby the whole time with my hand in my pocket, like maybe she won't notice. And I'm like, have my back to her, but she was completely surprised apparently, which was perfect.
Yeah,
So
I didn't see the box at all.
So
Good there.
So I took her out to this dock where we did our first big picture together.
My brother is gonna take our picture, and then in the back of my head, I'm like, okay, if I'm getting proposed to right now, my brother's taking the pictures. Like, not what I asked for, but it's fine. And so then he like, I black out. I don't really remember what you said. I know it was very sentimental and meaningful, but I just blacked out. So
I'll recite them again during the wedding.
yes, you said it was a part of the vow. So then
I kind of just gave her a hug while we were looking at the sun. I kind of just like whispered the proposal into her ear, and then got down on one knee and kind of went total brain fog there because how I was just in euphoria. And she said yes, and I put the ring on her finger, and here we are. The love of my life.
he gets on one knee, I say yes, he puts the ring on my finger, and then I just hear like people clapping behind us, and then the restaurant has like amphi cars, so it's like cars that like go in the water, and it's really cool. And so like people like they're honking at us and everything. Then I see this woman in mini ears like next to us, like just snapping pictures, and I was like, oh. And then she introduced herself, and then we took a nice proposal shoot afterwards. So it was really nice. But again, I knew it was happening, unfortunately, because Noah was texting on his phone when we landed, and he showed me the phone and said, look at your mother.
Shelby's amazing mom. Shout out to you, Leah.
And the last message said, did you remember to pack the ring?
So I guess it wasn't as shocking.
So kind of knew it was happening, but didn't know when.
Egg on my face. No, the photographer, she was so incognito because she was setting a table next to
Yeah, I had no idea about her.
the bridge, and she had these little Mickey ears on. I'm walking past her, being like, so, my ear, and she's like, like flicks her ears. So it was very well done. So it was very fun, and then we had a wonderful Disney vacation afterward. So it was a perfect trip, and I love her. Yeah.
In the bedrock, when the tide's high, when it feels a little low. Oh, 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 when it feels a little low. Come on, now tell
My favorite memory with Shelby was on our first date. I was classy, and I took her to the Olive Garden. And we were waiting, and I wasn't, we'd been talking for like a week before that. We're at like the waiter station, and following the waitress, and she does this funny little like walk following her, like exactly what I freaking do. And I knew at that moment, I was like, this has to be my like soulmate. This is the love of my life, because she does goofy voices and she does goofy little walks, and that was a good moment. Yes.
So mine, and this goes along with if I could relive a moment, it'd be our first Disney trip together. Because it was,
It's only one Disney.
well, it was magical.
It was.
And then if I could go back and relive it, I would want to be there longer. Because I feel like we smashed so much into like 72 hours.
Yeah.
Because we like went to the water park, and then we went to Boathouse, then we went to Magic Kingdom for 14 hours and walked over 10 miles, and which was great.
Yeah.
But then I wish we do what we did now, where we go, we have a few days, it's amazing, wonderful, but that's my favorite, and if I could do it over again, I would love that first Disney trip together. Because I was sharing my favorite place with my favorite person.
Yeah, it was very magical. So I never thought in my whole life I'd ever go to Disney.
And now you've been, what, 4 times?
4 times.
Gonna be a 5th soon?
Hell yeah. Let's go. I would describe Shelby in 3 words. That would, of course, be extravagant, kind, and genuine. Wonderful.
That's a 4th one.
Beautiful. I describe her as my Shelby.
Yeah.
She's my Shelby. She's perfect. The ideal date night, and I think it's classic in a way. I think we go to like a little restaurant that has good comfort food. So what it's usually been is like Mexican food,
Oh, yeah,
you know?
I love Mexicans.
Well, yeah, we have like some Spanish food, good Mexican food, and then we go to see a movie because we both really enjoy movies, and that has been and whenever we usually have a date night, it seems like that's a staple. Is,
Yeah.
Some really good comforting food, and then we go to watch a new movie together, and then we talk about it on the way home.
And then we may or may not get some ice cream or
So
something.
there may or may not be some ice cream involved. You never know. But that's the perfect date night for us. It's very traditional, but we're just simple in our comforts.
So Noah talked about going out, but then my ideal date is ordering DoorDash, staying in, and watching like movies or a TV show, and then him making me popcorn, because he makes the best popcorn. It's very nice. But no, it just having our little, I love a cozy night in, which is what I do a lot of the time, but I love cohabitating with each other. Like you're playing Xbox and then I'm on my Steam Deck, or reading a book, or like...
Yeah, we're on different sides of the couch, but we're
still together.
You're in your little enclosure, I'm in mine. You're reading your Outlander book or whatever, or your serial killer books, and I'm building in Fallout.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
May the laughter greet you like a morning song, and where you lay your head, may it feel like home.
A lot of the time in my life, it's been like me just talking or like expressing my ideas, and I feel like I'm burdening people with it. Whereas Shelby actually listens to my BS. She loves it. Whenever I go on my little history Tourette's, when I start just spewing all this history facts and telling her the story of some battle or some historical event, and she listens and asks questions, is engaged. Or when I talk about, new Kaio or like story ideas I have, she just smiles and listens and gives feedback and doesn't make me feel like I'm a burden to be creative with. And she puts up with me. So I love her for that. And I love you. Don't make it look staged or anything. What I admire about Shelby is her honesty. And she has such a big heart, from her family to what she does for a living, giving people treatment that will extend or save their lives. It's incredible. So I think I admire the most about her is her caring heart. She has so much compassion for the littlest thing, for the cats that the babies that she said she'll commit war crimes for,
Yes.
to the littlest bugs, to the biggest things. So she has the most caring heart out of anyone in the world. And that's what I admire about you.
Go.
Oh,
So Noah loves acts of service. That's one of his ways he expresses love. So every night he fills up my water, fills up the humidifier, feeds the cats, takes out the dog while I'm getting ready for bed. And it takes a lot, especially throughout the day, I'm making a lot of little tiny decisions that affect people's lives. And if I make the wrong decision, something bad could happen. So when I come home, I have a lot of decision fatigue. So that's why I'm happy I have my Noah to make decisions and do things, because I'm just I can't. I'm sorry, I just cannot do anything else today. So he just does little things for me. Like last night, I'm laying in bed and then he gets my retainer for me without me asking, because he knows I can't sleep without it. Or before, he'll leave on his big trips or whatever, he makes sure my water's filled up before he leaves, that my humidifier's filled up, that the bed's made. He puts my little sleep mask over my stuffy. It's very cute. So yeah, he does little tiny things that surmount to a whole big thing of how much you love me, because you do things for me and it's not a burden me asking you. So yeah,
I love you.
I love you. Hey. Hello.
Hello.
This man has shown me nothing but unconditional love and appreciation, and has done nothing but love me for the past 2 years and now for the rest of our lives. So it's definitely, the first year was pretty rough for me, at least, just because, again, trauma. But you did nothing but show me that everything's okay, and it's gonna be okay. And we both helped each other through a lot of personal things in our lives, and we've become stronger because of it.
So I don't really think we've ever really had challenges in our relationship per se. I mean, everyone has their arguments, but it's mostly been us helping each other deal with trauma that we had before we met. And now we just move forward as soulmates, which is a word I never believed in, honestly, until I met her. I didn't understand the concept of the true love, the soulmate, which I always romanticized in my head. Everyone always does, but when I met her, and I have the feeling of I genuinely cannot imagine my life without her. Very long answer, but I talk a lot, but she made me understand what the word soul means. What I'm most excited about in our future? Wow. Well, in a little while, a few years from now, I really wouldn't mind having some kiddos, like a boy and a girl, hopefully, and just being able to have our little home together, have our children together, and be able just to experience the rest of our lives together. But yeah, children, probably. Wouldn't mind a couple little... Look at our children be giants.
Yeah.
God help them.
Definitely this next stage of being a married couple and
Maui.
marriage. Just being together, like Noah said, starting a family, having a house, just continuing to grow with one another and with the Lord, and yeah, just continuing to have a wonderful life together and having our little kiddos run around and having the life we've always dreamed about having, and now we get to have it together.
But I really do think this past year has been the best because we moved in with each other around December, and this year has what?
I said it's almost been a year that we've
It's almost been a year since us living together. So that experience of living together and kind of realizing that we can cohabitate very easily, and that it's just easy to live with her and just be with her. So this year has been really good as far as growing that in our relationship, of us living together, us growing together. I think this year has been the best, and we'll have 100 more good years, God willing. I am an ambitious man.
I definitely say, like Noah said, this year, because our 2-year anniversary is coming up in the next couple weeks. And so this year with living together, with growing our house, with all of our animals, and figuring out life and cohabitating together and getting to experience a lot of fun memories, getting engaged. I mean, it's just been a pretty good year so far. You would have to agree.
I agree.
You could be my open sky.
Good job. We did it.